There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you're safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would.
Hello, guys. How is everybody? I was looking for my glasses, guys. They're on my head. Sorry about that. Listen, I almost backed out tonight. I'm not feeling the best, so forgive me if I sound bad. Also, I thought I was going to have to babysit tonight, but I don't. Thank goodness. Okay, not that I don't enjoy every minute I get with my granddaughter, I do. But, tonight I already had this set up. Hello, Vanessa, and thank you for your volunteer hard work about welcoming everybody and making sure they felt comfortable and safe and sound and all that good stuff. Reaper's Graham, hello. Patty, Lisa, hello, sweetheart. Miss Robin, how are you? Cursed, of course. Single mom, Rockin' Robin. Let's see, Cool Gamer, hello, sweetheart. The other Sharon. I'm looking. Purple Unicorn, hello. Miss Dawn, how are you? Victoria Burgess. All right, I think we're caught up now, guys. And as you all know, we're going to be talking about, oh, wait a minute, I didn't put that in the title, did I? Miss Oakley Carlson. Did y'all know that the DCS has been withholding records since that little girl went missing? They call it DFCY or something up there. But it's the same as CPS down here. But they've been withholding information and withholding records since that little girl went missing, because Oakley's foster parents who had raised her, they have been fighting and wondering why that CPS took her away from them and gave her back to the monsters since they done that. Now, what I find is strange. Now, I don't know how many was in here yesterday when True Crime with Eve was in here, but she was telling us that the paperwork from the courts had came out recently, and they had August the 6th, evidently. And this gives us a little insight into what CPS actually did know. Now, I've still not figured out for sure if it was right before or right after Oakley went missing, but it's either way. CPS knew from the time she went missing until now that the parents had done horrible things to this child. And to this day, those parents still have not been charged with those crimes. To this day, nobody at CPS has been held accountable for the crimes that have not been reported. Not to mention the fact that they did give her back to two monsters instead of leaving her with her real mom and dad, the foster parents who had raised her from the time she was 7 months old. Hang on one second, guys. Let me shut this bedroom door real quick. I don't know about y'all, but that irritates me to be able to hear the background noise. But who in here knows very much about the Oakley Carlson case? Is there anybody that doesn't know about Oakley and when she went missing and all that? Hello, Jazzy. Robin Slack, hello. Nikita, Tracy. Just trying to get caught up on the hellos, guys. Jazzy, you've been following the case? Yes, information is of sensitive nature. Yes, if I can get it to stay up there. Ooh, me, teacher. I do, and it sucks for that little girl. They should have left her with her foster parents. Exactly. Cooking dinner, Kindley. Okay, but you're listening. You don't know about the case. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and read the updated part, but before I do, basically, she was last seen in February, I believe it was, February the 10th of 2021, but technically they're saying that she disappeared in December of 2020. Now, on the report that I'm going to read to you guys, it's mixed up. It says December 21, but it's not. It says November and December 2021, but that's not true. It was 2020. She went missing from Grays Harbor in Washington State. And what had happened was all the children that were in the mom and dad's custody, which is Jordan Bowers and Andrew Carlson. And now keep in mind, too, Andrew used to be a cop. So the children that were in their custody at the time that Oakley, of which I assume it would just be Oakley and her older sister, were taken away from them and put in foster care. Oakley was 7 months old at the time. She stayed with her foster parents until she was 3, almost 4 years old. She did not know any other parents. She did wind up having to go and visit with the monsters. That's the only thing I can call them, guys. She had to go visit with them, but when she would come back, she would be in a bad mood. She would be crying. It was horrible, according to her stepmom. Her stepmom had reported it several times to CPS that she thought there was abuse going on when the visits would happen. CPS would not address it. And then one day they just showed up on the foster parents' doorsteps and said, hey, we're giving the baby back to its mom and dad, and you need to hand her over. No ifs, ands, buts about it. No forewarning, no nothing. They took the child and placed her back with her mom and dad. By this time, the parents they got the oldest child, Oakley, and they had already had 2 more kids by then. They did not have her long at all. While they had her, there was a fire set in the home that they lived in. They blamed it on Oakley. Then Oakley disappears. The older sister was already in school at the time, and her best friend was the principal's daughter. So when the fire happened, the principal started bringing stuff to the family, trying to help out, do what she could. And then later on, she would ask about Oakley, but they would say, oh, she's taking a nap, she's doing this, she's doing that, she's at the grandparents' house. Well, then Oakley's older sister went to spend the night for a slumber party at the principal's house with her best friend. And while she was there, the principal asked how Oakley's doing, and the little girl says, Oakley, there is no Oakley. My mom said we're not supposed to talk about Oakley anymore. She went into the woods and got ate by wolves. And after that, the parents were arrested on other charges to try to hold them until they could find out what was going on with Oakley or where she was at. They have both since been released. The mom was rearrested and put in jail for theft. She's now sitting in jail for that. There was the last information I had was that they assumed that Oakley had gotten sold because of, I believe it was an acquaintance or a friend of the mom's had told them different stories about things that had happened. Coming out August the 6th, the investigators had to fight in court this whole time, fight CPS to get records on these children. They finally got the records August the 6th, and it comes out and it tells about this poor child after that fire happened being locked in a cell under the stairs and beaten and starved. And this was before she disappeared. Now tell me why it is that CPS themselves are not being held accountable for one, returning the child to those people, and two, for knowing about it and not allowing this information to be given out, knowing this child, they were looking for this child, knowing this baby was gone, missing, and that this information could have helped try to determine what happened to her. But yet a judge had to order CPS to hand over the files. Tell me that everyone involved in that should not be put in jail right now. Talk about failing a child. That CPS department in Gray Harbor or whatever county it is, they live in Oakville, but I think it's Gray Harbor is the county. That Department of Children's Services needs to be emptied out, everyone fired, and most of them locked away, in my opinion. Anyways, let me pull this up real quick. Oh, wait a minute. Let me share it with you guys. And then we'll talk, okay, guys? Okay, missing Washington girl was allegedly locked in cell under stairs as mom battles investigation. Nearly 2 years after a Washington state 6-year-old was reported missing, newly released court documents scratched the surface of the abuse she and her siblings endured at the hands of her uncooperative drug addicted biological parents, as authorities fight to search the children's juvenile records for clues. The siblings of Oakley Carlson, ages 4, 8, and 11, have allegedly told detectives that their sister was physically abused and spent time locked away and starved in a cell underneath the stairs, according to court documents obtained by Fox News Digital. Oakley's sister allegedly said that her mother had told her not to talk about Oakley and that the child had gone out into the woods and been eaten by wolves, court records show. Oakley was last seen alive in February 2021, but authorities would not learn of her disappearance until her family home burned down in December 2021. That's something's not. Oh, she went missing, and I still believe, guys, that this was in 2020, not 2021. I'll check on that to make sure, but Oakley's mother, Jordan Bowers, was sentenced this week to 43 months prison term for identity theft unrelated to her daughter's disappearance. She was charged with the crime just minutes after she finished a 20-month prison sentence for child endangerment, according to local outlet, after Oakley's siblings tested positive for extremely high levels of methamphetamines. Andrew Carlson, the girl's father, is authorities' only other suspect. He was also slapped with child abuse charges and released in August 2022 due to his lack of previous criminal history. Both parents have been evasive with police throughout the search for Oakley and were initially jailed on obstruction charges, according to People, but no charges have been filed in relation to the girl's disappearance. They even look like monsters. Look at them. Since 2013, the state's Department of Youth and Family Services received 11 intakes regarding the family, 8 of which have been screened in for allegations of domestic violence, physical abuse, parental drug use, and medical neglect. Bowers has fought the release of those records, arguing that those concerning her other children are not involved in Oakley's disappearance and that their unsealing would violate her constitutional protections for undue search and seizure. Police first caught wind of Oakley's disappearance after school staff paid a visit to the girl's greenhouse or household after her mother reported that Oakley had started a fire at the family home sometime in November 2021. The family never called emergency services. according to the court document, and continued to live in the home for an unclear amount of time, despite an insurance agent advising that it was unsafe to do so. When they saw no sign of the girl and were told by siblings that there is no Oakley, they contacted police. Despite the parents' claim that Oakley had started the fire by igniting the family's couch with her mother's lighter, for which the children allegedly told police the girl was subsequently beaten, investigators determined that the blaze likely started in a microwave, according to Fox. One of the children allegedly told police that all 4 children were home at the time of the fire and everyone made it out except Oakley. As older siblings that were also in the mother's care and were present when the family's home burned, Oakley's two older siblings were witnesses to the events leading up to Oakley's disappearance. The Washington Court of Appeals decision to allow authorities to review the other children's documents read. Criminal profiler John Kelly previously told Fox News Digital that he believed Oakley was still alive. These people are addicts. If they did sell her or give her to another person or something, would they think about giving away all the toys? Kelly said of his previous reasoning to Fox on Thursday, "Why would you put the effort into giving away all the toys? Of course, they're irrational, but wouldn't it look better if her toys were still scattered there?" His organization's stock was previously offered a $10,000 reward for information leading to the girl's safe return. The reward has now been extended to information leading to the recovery of her body. With the escalation of this abuse that I'm hearing now, I have to be open-minded and I have to accept the possibility that Oakley may not be alive, he said. That's why we have to reframe the reward. That's horrible. Guys, it is. It's sick. It is. Grays Harbor County, yeah. And I promise y'all, if you look on my other videos and my other reports on this case, and you look back on the earlier reports on this case, it says it was 1 older sister and 2 younger siblings. It did not say anything about 2 older siblings. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean, I don't have no problem with that. That picture is beautiful of her. Yes, it is. The website for National Center for Missing and Exploited Children website is www.missingkids.org. Here in Ohio, they be abusing our kids and selling them. It was all over the news. Nana does need some moonshine. Yes, definitely. And Nana needs moonshine. Guys, I don't know much more to. Yes, there is 4 children in total. But I swear in earlier reports it said there was only 1 child. And like I said, though, in earlier reports it said it happened she actually went missing in 2020. But they didn't report it until early 2021. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. None of the other children were harmed. No, they were evidently abused, some, but not like Oakley. And they tested with high levels of methamphetamine, just like Cotton Simpson. So they said she didn't make it out of the house, or was she already gone before the fire? I believe she was already gone before the fire. But then again, the reports say that in the other report that I read this morning, it said that The mother told CPS that she started the fire with a torch. And after that, that's how they punished her, was by putting her in the cell. They beat her first and then put her in the cell, is what the siblings said. Andrew's mom reported her looking terrible when she last saw her a year before she went missing. Yeah. Jordan has a son by another guy, and then the sister that was slightly older, and the baby brother, I think. Hey, Chloe Jade. And people wonder why we think that parents, we jump to conclusions and think, good God, it was the parent that done it. I wonder why we do that. Hello, saints and sinners. Hey, Justin, how are you today, hon? Believe you're fine, honey. There's not a problem in the world. People coming in late to my show. I don't take no offense to it. I realize that there's a real world that goes on out there, and your real lives do matter, and they take precedence over anything on this YouTube. Okay? I greatly appreciate everybody watching and trying to catch the lives and watching the replays. But if you have things you have to do, that's your real life and you have to do them. I understand. They need to investigate these people and do more visits than they do to do well checks on adoptive parents. Well, they weren't the adoptive parents. These were the biological parents. The foster parents were the ones that had raised her, though. Oakley's older brother, Jameson, was adopted by a same-sex couple. The Millers, they are good people. Hello, are you a saint or a sinner tonight, Justin? Oh, Justin, I figured out your problem too, and I know I'm getting off topic, guys. But Justin, every time you come in here, we always wind up talking about food and different ways to cook it and stuff. And you were talking about it would be way too hot for you to dress up as Daisy Basham and do your cooking show. Got you covered. First of all, you're going to call it Daisy After Dinner or Daisy Before Dinner, something to that effect. Daisy After Dark, if nothing else. And you're not going to wear the wig. You're just going to glue you some hair rollers to a bandana, and you're going to tie the bandana around your head so that ain't making you hot. And then you're going to get you a big old cotton muumuu and put it on and nothing else. And then you can stand in there and cook all of our recipes that we tell you how to cook. That's going to be a heck of a show. I'm telling you, Justin, it's a heck of a show. You got to do it. You'll get Tyler Perry's attention if you do that. You might go to the big time, son. First time here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First time in a while. Where the heckin' have you been? Where the heck have you been? We missed you. I think you misworded that, darling. Robin, I'm a sinner saved by grace, so I'm a saintly sinner. Parents are junkies. Both went to jail. Dad since released. Mom arrested and jailed again. All charges unrelated to missing Oakley. Yeah, but see, the dad was supposed to have checked back in with his probation officer, and he did not. So the last I checked, last checkup I did on him was they are actually hunting for him because he did not check in with his probation officer. But yeah, the mom is actually sitting in jail. Also, they're out of room for the kids here, having them sleeping on the floor of the child services office. Yeah, that's true. Listen, I know a lady, I don't know if she still is or just was. I think I was told that she no longer holds that position simply because I kept trying to talk to her. Um, she was the director of this area over CPS. And plain and simple, guys, they refuse to take any child unless there's literally, you can see physical abuse. There has been SA done, or there was like the parents were arrested and had multiple amounts of drugs or whatever in the house, that kind of thing. They will not take the kids other than those three major things. I mean, major. What if my big bosoms catch on fire? They won't, Justin. You're not going to be using gas. Just use electric. You'll be all right. Tell them they're prosthetics, Justin, and when you go to bed at night, you take them off. You had a double mastectomy. There you go. And that when you get ready to go to bed at night, or when you're relaxing at home, you take your prosthetics off. That's what you tell them. Heckin' is correct, because my daughter and I try not to swear. Okay. Yes, like Mrs. Doubtfire. Everyone, thank you, Nana, for sharing her sad little life. Parents need to be prosecuted, and more important, or in my opinion, can't say too much, but I can say they were no good. Honey, I can say a whole lot more. I think that Department of Human Services, I'm telling y'all, since this story broke, I remember watching one of the investigator reporters, or I believe he was an investigative reporter, had took out like the main guy of the Department of Human Services out on a balcony and was having a conversation and interviewing him. And he was asking him, why did y'all take this child from this home? Why didn't y'all investigate? Why didn't you go in and check what was going on with these people? And this guy literally had zilch to say. He had no excuse except, we don't allow that. We don't allow that. We don't do that. That kind of stuff. It was just, these DCS workers and the person in charge of them needs to answer for their part in this child's missing case. You cook with gas. Well, darn it. Well, like I said, say that they're prosthetics. Keep the teats away from the fire. There you go. My daughter was in jail with her for about 4 days. She asked Jordan what and where Oakley was. She didn't blink an eye, didn't say a word. Oh, wow. I would love to get your daughter up here on panel to tell us more about this witch. There's not any excuse for what CPS did and what they're still doing. I mean, guys, come on. The investigators, law enforcement has had to fight with them this whole time just to get those records. What is going through damn CPS's mind that they would withhold that kind of information, knowing this child is missing and God only knows what the parents did to her? Yeah, Justin, don't lean over the stove. Kind of like Harmony's case, yeah. You don't want Daisy's udders to catch fire. It will burn down everything east of the Mississippi. Oh, I will, Nana. I will let you know when she comes back home. Okay, that'd be great, sweetheart. I would love to talk to her. Even if it's not on panel, I would love to just have a conversation with her, if nothing else. I mean, and I understand that the woman didn't say much to her, but she could tell us about her mannerisms and if she, I mean, like what the other prisoners thought and what they said to her and that kind of stuff. Justin, melons don't lean, honey. They sag. They sag. Especially, I'm sure, on Daisy Basham. I mean, Daisy Basham. They sag because she's an old woman. Believe it is a wonder Jordan did not get hers in jail. LE here, local, had to put Evelyn Boswell POS birther in protective custody. I think they all should be in Gen Pop. I do too. Had cursed Justin. If anything, I'd worry more about that badonkadonk. I don't think he's going to be sitting on top of the stove, though. Justin, at least give it a thought, son. Seriously, take serious consideration about doing a cooking show and letting us submit recipes. Justin does what Daisy does, just throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier. Oh, Lord, guys. Justin, I don't know what we'd do if you didn't come in here and crack us up. You like the term better lean than sag. Well, we ain't talking about you. We're talking about Daisy. Basham, that is. Basham. In jail, they have to be protected, but once they go to jail, it's on. Okay. Hubby said that was utterly ridiculous, Justin. Utterly ridiculous. I have Andrew's Bible from in jail. My daughter's boyfriend was in same cell as Andrew was in. He wrote to Jesus Andrew Carlson. Thought that was strange. Oh, yeah. Oh, please, will you mind taking some pictures of that and sending those? To the floor, Chloe Jade said. And once again, my mean little kitten is up here in my lap. He has to lay down in my arm to go to sleep. Lord of mercy, these cats. They're going to drive me nuts. I'm a little old cat lady, guys, and I don't even like cats. Oh, I would love to. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If you want to, let me put my email address in here. I hate it when it does that. Why does it do that? Just get a hold of me through email, hun, and we will discuss everything. Hello, witchy woman. Okay, did y'all hear about the little 2-year-old in DeKalb, Georgia? I had to think. Let me see if I can find. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, guys, I want y'all to see this. This is sort of a little leftover from the Fred Hill thing. It's not a leftover. I did not do this. This is one of Kirst's videos. It's her last one that she's put out. And I really liked it, and I thought you guys would enjoy it too. So please stick around and watch this. It's only like a minute or so long, okay?
On the evening.
Oh, wait a minute. Wrong one. Dang it. Where'd it go?
Beer has a definite, distinct smell, a combination of shit and spinach.
If I had listened to what Mama said, I wouldn't have been here today. Just laying around this old jailhouse and sleeping my whole life.
Polygraph is not a test. It's an intense interrogation, and the only part the polygraph plays is to frighten and intimidate a person into making a confession or an admission. It doesn't record truth or deception. There is no such thing as a lying reaction. It records nervousness. The reaction that would brand you as a liar only indicates deception about 50% of the time. You have to understand how polygraph is scored. There are two different types of questions, relevant and control. Now, the relevant questions are obviously those that pertain to the point at issue. You have to show no reaction whatsoever on the relevant questions, and you have to show a reaction on the control questions, because what they do is they compare your reactions. Now, how do you do this? So utterly simple. On all the relevant questions, you think about laying on the beach and watching the waves gently rolling into the shore, thinking nice, calm, relaxing thoughts. On the control questions, you think about falling off of a building and smashing your guts out on the sidewalk below. No reaction on the relevance, reaction on the controls. Pass.
So what'd y'all think? I'm that mama bitch. Hello, sweetheart. How are you today? Great to have you along, Cleo Jade. Anyways, guys, what I was gonna say was, let me pull this one up now. Darn it. This little guy right here is missing out of DeKalb, Georgia. And I, to save my life, cannot think of how you're supposed to say his name. I can't remember. Dijon, I think. I just want to open the stupid thing. Okay, now here we go. Now let's. His name is Dijon. His dad reported him as kidnapped last Thursday, I believe it was. And he really wasn't. Where did it go? Come on. He was not, but his dad said that the law, that a car had. What is the crap is the problem here? Hang on. A car pulled up in front of him as he was leaving the apartment complex, and they pulled a gun on him and wanted something, and because he didn't have anything to give them, they took this baby at gunpoint. But plain and simple fact is that never happened. Come to find out later that day, they found out that dad had lied. There was so many inconsistencies about the story, and they have since put the dad in jail for lying to cops. Imagine that. Can you imagine lying to a cop about your child going missing or what happened to your child? What also I find is really mysterious is it says in the first report, not the one that talks about his dad being arrested, but in the original report, it talks about the kind of car that his dad said it was, what color, make and model, all that shit, right? But yet they had the make and model of the car. I'm sure they supposedly had the description of the guys that took him, the name of the victim, all the critical information, but they didn't have enough critical information to put out an Amber Alert on this child. He's 2 years old. Supposedly was taken at gunpoint, and all critical information was given, but yet they didn't have the right, correct information to put an Amber Alert out on him. And yet we don't have half that information when it comes to the Summer Wells case, and they put an Amber Alert out on her. Don't that make you wonder? I mean, there was nobody that took her. There was no vehicle she was took in. The only thing we have is that she's under 17 and she's missing, and we know who she is. I also found out, and I'm sure most of you who watch Michelle Walks, she was talking this morning on her video about how Hawkins County has basically shut down. No information coming in, no information going out. Sound familiar? Nobody in, nobody out. And several people have checked, and all information as far as scanners and stuff like that, Hawkins County has been took off that app. So you cannot get any information, not past information, not present information, nothing from Hawkins County. That's really starting to wonder. I mean, it's really starting to make me wonder, guys, why? What are they keeping hidden in Hawkins County that they would even go in and have an app that you can download for free, and they could go in and control whether or not their stuff is being put out or not? Seems like somebody's got a really long arm when it comes to what goes on in Hawkins County. Don't y'all think? Yeah, exactly. Where was I'm not sure where she was at. I know that she was supposedly not with him. Ronnie hid his son's stuff, yes. Maybe they're investigating the whole town. I've had several people say maybe it's a lot of people have said this, but it's a big ring, and maybe they're investigating it and they're trying to keep everything hush hush, or they're letting Dawn and Candace stay out of jail and not putting them in jail for anything because they're wanting them to talk. They're waiting to see where they'll lead them, if they'll, take them to wherever, and, so they can find what happened. The only problem with that is, why the gag order? If they're wanting Dawn and Candace to continue talking, why the gag order? Why did his probation officer make him start staying off YouTube? Nana, do you know if Bobo is still with the Rogersville Review? Yes, he is. And on Monday night, when we do the Murder Comes to Town episode, Jeff Bobo is in that show also, by the way, guys. He makes a couple of appearances in that. Like I said, they should just close down Hawkins County and divide it among the other local counties. Too much corruption, in my opinion. I agree. That's what I was wondering. Could there be IE arrests? LE arrests? In the beginning, I thought when I first started thinking that there was corruption up there, I was thinking, well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're investigating all of them, all the way to the top. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what that was the other day, starting with the judge. The gag order is involving the boys. Right. But John Pruitt also said that the boys' case bleeds over into Summer's case. And we don't know what the extent of that is. Right. But it won't be long before he gets back on camera. Mohawk Mom says Don was on the phone with 2 creators since then, just not showing himself on camera. That's how he started out when he first got out of jail too, remember? When you have people that serve the public for a long length of time, things get shady. Yes, they do. I heard DNC gave up their DNA so that child's bones could be tested and DNA will be in database, so it'll be there for just in case. Right. Yes, they did already have Don's DNA, so that was bullshit, yeah. So it was, if it happened, it was Candace that willingly gave up hers, and I don't think she willingly done it. I think she was pressured into it. Don's DNA is on file. There's no need for him to be tested. They honestly need to start from the top of them and work their way down on all the LE, DA, attorney, everyone, jailers, dispatch, all of them. I agree, Mama Bear. Absolutely. That whole damn place is corrupt, if you ask me. And no, I'm not saying the people that live there are bad. But everyone that sits in a public office, and for that matter, in doctors and stuff like that, they need to be checked on too. I mean, look at that Christopher Calendine or whatever his name was. He was their pediatrician from 2005 till 2017. You're telling me not one parent thought that something was a little odd? Of course, then again, you did have the parents that was allowing their children to go spend the night in a single man's home. Same as a creator who said she is talking Don's lawyer for Don about suing the guy who wrote the book. They ain't nobody gonna be able to sue that dude for writing that book, I'm telling y'all. I could go out here, Mohawk Mom, I could take tomorrow and write a book about you, and all I know about you is Mohawk Mom. That's it. And there's nothing you could do. It's a book. It's my take on you. Therefore, you can't put a stop to it. If I called it an autobiography, then maybe. Or if I called it a certified biography, I think there's another name for it, then maybe you could. But if I say this is a book about Mohawk Mom and I write it, there ain't nothing you can do about it. I apologize for the coughing, guys. In my opinion, there's corruption in all CPS, DCS, DHS offices across all the states, be it Tennessee, Washington, or any other former foster parent here. A former foster parent. Hello, Crafting with Amy. Guys, please, mods, if you are a mod in here, please help me keep an eye out. Crafting with Amy was jumped on, was something bad was said to her in chat the other day. And I would like to find out who it was, or if it happens again. I want to know who that person is. I know it is nothing but a money grab and grift. You're not late, Crafting. You're fine, sweetheart. All right, Robin. Well, I can say that right back at you. Bless your heart, Robin, or better yet, bless your little pig-picking heart. Thank you, Believe. Let's see if I can get them now. Well, they haven't come through yet, so we'll give it a few minutes. Just hopping. Hey, Teague. Long time no see, hon. See, the mods are on it, Crafting. We got you, Crafting with Amy. Annabelle, if I didn't say hello, honey, I'm sorry. Hello. LOL, yes, love. That was my mom's favorite saying. Was it? Well, and what was her definition of it, Believe? Oh, I wasn't being ugly. I meant because you were sick, you pee picker. Oh, well, thank you, Robin. I wasn't being mean either. I was just being cute. I think CPS and DHS is overwhelmed with all the cases, but no excuse. More money needs to be put into those services. It's sad, yes. I say the same thing I do about the White House. If they would take and cut all their paychecks down 2/3 of what they are right now, well, if they would take the sheriffs and stuff, the sheriff, I'm not saying the officers, the sheriff, he sits at his damn desk. His ass ain't out there in the line of fire. If they would cut his check like 2/3 and use that money to spend on these worthy causes, just like if the White House and all those representatives and those whoever they are, the people like Nancy Pelosi and the one that replaced Nancy Pelosi and all them damn highfalutin damn politicians, all they do is get up there and run their damn mouth and never get anything done. If they would cut their pay by 2/3, take away 2/3 of their pay and put that money to good use, like trying to feed the hungry children, the homeless children that are out here on the streets, like trying to house these people, then they might actually get something accomplished. But they're not going to, because everybody in the United States is so damn greedy. My mom used to say, for 5 pennies and a dime, instead of swearing. Oh, my mom had a lot of sayings. Welcome, hello, and welcome to all coming in, and glad to see you all. Yes, we are. There was a well-known TV station over here found to be corrupt. Now people are refusing to pay their TV license. You did it wrong, so you'll try it again. Okay, hon, that's fine. Mine freezes and YouTube tells me to retry whenever we've got a damn storm. Whenever we've got a storm rolling in. I did not mean to say that you cussed. You did not cuss. I would laugh so hard at him doing that when I was a kid. I missed something. Corruption is everywhere. And it's sad when it comes to the very people that are supposed to be taking care of our children and watching out for them and making sure that they're removed from the bad situations and placed in a good situation. Nobody will ever convince me that anybody ever checked into these people before they jerked Oakley away from her foster parents who loved her, who was willing to adopt her and keep her. Even if they couldn't adopt her, they were willing to keep her for the rest of her life. They considered they were mom and dad to her. And they jerked that baby away from the only family she ever knew and placed her with these monsters. And look what happened to her. For that right there, in my opinion, that department charges should be filed against them and some legal action should be taken against these people. Just like in the Gabriel Fernandez case. Oh, the DCS workers got charged, but what happened to them? Not a damn thing. They got suspended for a little while and then was allowed to go right back to work. These children need help. They fall through the cracks and it's heartbreaking. Yes. Felt like the Rosenbaums, awful. There's so many homeless in the past 3 months in my closest town and a lot of backpack people walking the roads. The government has created so much misery. They haven't. Have y'all heard that the C word? There is 19 new cases in Georgia that have had to be hospitalized over it. It's not taking a toll as in people passing from it, but it is more infectious than it was in 2020. And I also heard, I don't know for a fact, but I have heard that they have found a lab in California that is producing it. That's producing the sickness, guys. Again. And they're testing it on rats. Hear you, Nana's Angels. Instead of cursing, my dad would say, got down and something bit you. You have to say it fast. Got down and something bit you. Oh, got down and something bit you. That's cute, Robin. There was a foreign guy, I forget where he was from, but he was telling them, they were asking, I think it was on a YouTube short today, and they were saying something about what in their language, what did they say in their language that American people would find utterly ridiculous? And it was something like going and talking to your boss and asking them something. And the way they say it, the words that actually replace the question was something about your cock choke me or something like that. Or why don't you eat me or something. It sounded really, really bad, guys. I would have loved to learn it. Not trying to be crude or rude, sorry. Yes, I loved Schaefer's accent. She was doing good works to help kids and families. Drugs are big contributors in so many cases, it's sad. She was a crusader back in the early 2000s from Georgia. Tragic story. I kept talking with Discovering today because everybody kept sending me the information about that nurse over in the UK that did that awful thing to those 7 babies and tried doing it to the other 6 and everything that she had done. And I'm like, that's old, because I wasn't thinking 2018, guys. I kept thinking, because they kept talking about this nurse that had done this to all these babies and blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't understand what the big deal is about this woman. That is so old. That is old news. Everybody has known about that for years and years. And so because it kept popping up. And so we started looking it up. And you would not believe the amount of people that have actually done that over the years. And the one that I'm thinking of, that I was thinking they were talking about, had actually, I believe it was like 30 something babies that she had done that to. Yeah, there's a nurse over in the UK that unalived 7 babies, and she tried 6 more, but were unsuccessful. She evidently went to court today or something to that effect. Got her sentencing today. Crafting many drugs coming to the U.S. through borders, Mexico, China. The government allows it, apparently. Our local governments are creating the homeless situation by allowing landlords to increase rent to astronomical prices. A local vet's rent went from $500 to $1,100, and he can't afford. So it's so wrong. It is. We were born in the forest of Dean in the UK, and we would say, "Oh, bist, old buddy," which means, "How are you, old mate?" If I saw it, I don't remember. Okay. My mother-in-law was a mom to 9 and also fostered children in emergency cases. Her linen closet was filled with clothes from 6 months to adults. Hello, Karma. Okay, guys, what would y'all like to talk about? Y'all will be picking something out that you want to talk about, discuss it between yourselves. Let me go grab me a couple Tylenol and I'll be right back. The real Rock and Robin, don't get me started. Ever hear of the 10-year plan to end homelessness? I've never heard of that. Remember, there were boarding homes in the 1800s and 1990s. I bet some do boarding now too. I don't think all the ones in the 1800s were actual boarding homes. They were called poorhouses. I mean, I could be wrong, but all the reports and documentaries I've watched on those, they're not good. Guys, I do apologize. I know it's not professional or whatever you want to call it to get up and walk away in the middle of a show, but I did not think I would be needing Tylenol in the middle. I always get my drinks and everything that I need. Just didn't think I would need any Tylenol. So what are we going to talk about? I take it Justin left, huh? Yes, everybody, y'all saw her last video. She does great work. Y'all need to go and check her out. So does Alpaca. Alpaca does all kinds of crafting stuff, and she does reports on summer and missing children and stuff. Kirst does on missing children. Oh, you're still here. You're sweeping. Okay. Just making sure. Cities have been getting rid of the old SROs, single residency rooms, for the last 20 years. You've had a headache all day? No, Jackie, I'm really not, sweetheart. I'm not feeling that well. Another reason why I really didn't feel like going and babysitting, but because the baby's great grandmother, on the other side of the family, they thought they were going to have to put her in the hospital today. I was going to have to go babysit, but they didn't put her in the hospital. So, and which is also why I almost backed out of doing the live, is because I'm not feeling the best. It's okay, Chloe Jade. I'll live. I just feel a little achy, but I'm okay. Justin, are you sweeping out cow poop? Cow dung. Justin, you're going to have to do us a list of country slang words that you used to use when you were little. That would be funny. We would like to compare notes. Need coffee. Nana has mugs in her store. Go see them. Yes. Thank you. We both have the Color Me merch. The Color Me merch, and we have the Bless Your Heart merch now. That needs a minimum of a shovel, and an excavator is preferred. Nana, why don't you go and rest? We'll be here for you when you feel better. I know, but I hate to schedule a live and then not do it. And I felt really bad because this was about Oakley, and I really wanted to do it for her. And hopefully the next live I do, either the next or the following one, will be about Mikey, about Michael Vaughn. I haven't done a video or anything on him in a very long time. The Real Rockin' Robin nationwide push to the end homeless in 10 years. It ended 10 years ago. Your tax dollars at work. Yes. Well, that's okay. Hey, think of it this way, guys. What's her name? What is her name? I just had it in my mind. AOC, y'all know who I'm talking about. AOC, if she has her way about it, we won't have to worry about a certain channel for long, because soon she's going to try to get rid of all the cows so it stops eating up the ozone layer. Remember? Cows are causing the world to end. You feel crappy and tired too, Katie Ann? Quick duck, Justin is shoveling the turd and flinging it over the fence. I've known a lot of vets living rough in the summer, and some refuse to come in even in the winter. You might need to, oh, don't you dare. Come on, this woman is so damn dumb, she didn't even know what a garbage disposal was. And she's in the darn, whatever part of the government she's in. I mean, for heaven's sake, she was a damn bartender. And they voted her in. Come on, Justin, please. You got more sense than that. She was one of them Fab Four. You know, they had the bartender, and then the other one that was the, I don't know, you wouldn't call her a pedophile, incest. She married her brother and had a bunch of kids with him. And then there was another one, I forget what her name, I forget all their names now, but a couple of years ago, I could have told you all of them. But there was the Fab Four. I think Cow Cow has a crush on Justin. She's all the time singing to him. Oh. Yeah, true. I did say it in that manner, didn't I? So, yeah, we might have to vote for her just long enough to get rid of the cows, right? Or at least one or two. With this one, it's a lot of head congestion and headaches. The real Rockin' Robin thought it was allergies. You don't have a link for recovering dumb bartenders. Oh my gosh. I'm not joking. How many of y'all seen that video where this idiotic woman moved into a new apartment and did not know what a garbage disposal was? And she's in her House of Representatives, whatever. What the crap is she? Hang on a second. I'm going to find out for sure because I don't want to say it the wrong thing. AOC. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's a U.S. representative for New York. Okay, let me see. Let me do this. Okay, I might get struck for this. I don't know, but I've got to show this to y'all. This is somebody that's in our House of Representatives now, people.
Everyone, I need your help because I just moved into this apartment a few months ago and I flipped this switch. It made that noise and it scared the daylights out of me. I am told this is a garbage disposal. I've never seen a garbage disposal. I never had one in any place I've ever lived. It is terrifying. I don't know what to use it for or what its purpose is. Like food scraps? Like, is this environmentally sound? I don't know.
Boo! No, I'm just kidding. I think there's a piece of glass down there.
That was not the original one. The original one, she actually was drinking wine and actually said she didn't know what it was. But this woman is stupid. And go watch some of her videos. She doesn't even know what the four branches of the government is. She has to use Justin for content. Oh, the cow lady? Yeah. I know. I honestly believe that she has a crush on Justin. Annabelle, she has no content and always accuses everyone of stealing hers. Please. Well, in order for somebody to steal the cow lady's content, they would have to go over to PG's and say, please let me up, PG. Please let me up. I want to sing to Justin. Please let me sing to Justin. Listen, I'm going to say this right now. By no means would I would never say anything about that lady's weight. Not at all. I don't do that. That's just wrong. And anybody who does is wrong. I don't care who you are. You're wrong. But I will say that her voice, she sounds like she is in her 60s or 70s. Does she not? And that just surprises the shit out of me that she's in her mid to Early 40s? Justin, how old is your girlfriend? Tell us. She's 50. I don't think she's 50. No, I could not shame, but I will call someone out when they're wrong. Oh, exactly. Yes. Oh, that's just wrong. And if I talk to Molly, I'm going to tell her you compared the two. But I get it. Yeah, that's funny. So how old is Daisy? Her daughter is 28. Okay. Honey, I've got a 40-year-old son. Do I look that darn old? Not even talking about this picture here. I'm talking about when y'all see me on camera. She said I talked about her weight all the time. I said something about her weight months ago, and I quickly apologized and never said anything again. Well, everybody gets carried away from time to time. The cow lady is just like a bug bite on a place you can't reach to scratch, especially to PG. I'm 70, so I heard she was 50. Okay, maybe, but I could have swore she told her age one time, and I can't remember what it was. Dang, I feel good about myself now knowing her age. You think she's 61 or 62? I'd say Daisy was a little minx in her younger years. Just talk about her personality and what she does. Plenty of cow crap there. Like your play on words the other, Sharon. I'm sorry y'all wore to frazzles and can hardly keep my eyes open. Just wanted to show some love and support. Thank you, Kathy, for coming in, sweetheart. Thank you for supporting. We love you. Try to get you some rest, hon, okay? She's in her 40s. That's what I thought. She's not 50 yet. I didn't think so. You think she's 40 exactly? Oh, wow. She's had a rough, honey, she ain't had no damn rougher life than any damn body else out here. I get so sick of this. These are the kinds of shit that y'all need to be saying to me on them members only so I can get mad and go off. I am so sick of all these damn people out here. Oh, I've had it so rough. I've had it so bad. Y'all can't tell me nothing about life because this happened to me and that happened to me. And let me ask you something. I'm not making fun of no victims whatsoever. None at all. I've been there. I am one. But have you heard tell of so many people? Every person on YouTube. It seems like every person on YouTube has dealt with SA in their lifetime. Don't matter, men, women, it don't matter. I mean, I agree, there's some horrible monsters out there. But do you really believe that every person on YouTube has been SA'd? Every single person? I'll probably get big time trouble for that. But I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. I would never have brought mine out until Jared, when his sister came out, and they were all saying, well, why'd you wait to come out? I know the reason. The same reason I did. But I'm not sitting on here saying, oh, boo-hoo, poor pitiful me. I suffered. I'm a victim. some people are tuppers. They are two uppers on someone's story. I have been, and we know when someone has been. Yes, I agree. And I thank you, Kirst. And I'm by no means am I saying anything about a victim at all, or the pain and suffering that they go through, mental anguish, heartache, the hard things that they just literally have to deal with in their life. But I do believe, and I could be wrong, but I do believe there's a whole lot of people out there when that's brought up that are hollering that they are, and they're what was it, the little boy that called Wolf? I'm sorry, I just don't buy that everybody that comes on here that says they are really are. I really don't like to talk about anyone's body or make fun of, because I just don't know what people have been through in life and health. Exactly. As far as weight, it could be thyroid, it could be diabetes. There's a million different reasons why people could be larger. And not only to mention that, my mother raised me with more manners than to make fun of someone's weight, whether it be larger people or smaller people. Let me tell y'all something. Smaller people have just as much of a self complex about their weight as the large people do. You think, oh, well, they're tiny, they shouldn't wear. No, there are some people who can't control their weight and they lose too much weight. And it makes them cry and it hurts them. And they feel just as much anguish over it as the people who are larger. Children in Africa have had a hard life. We may have had tough times, but that doesn't mean it's a tough life comparative. Exactly. I'm sorry, but being raised poor made me the person that I am. I have never been wealthy, did not raise my children wealthy. Let me tell you something. The end of days come and you have to go out here and live without power and water and all that stuff. You know what? I know for damn sure that my children are going to know how to cook. They're going to know how to hunt. They're going to know what kind of roughage that they can eat and what kind they can't eat. My kids know how to build a fire. They know how to cook on an open fire. They know how to, let me tell you something, they know how to make biscuits on an open fire. My kids are going to be able to survive if an EMP happens. I will be able to survive. Being born poor and living poor and going through your whole life without money and all the luxuries and anything you want give to you makes you a stronger person, makes you a more capable person. You can deal with stuff more mentally better. You can deal with stuff physically better. All these people out here with all this damn money that can run out and grab stuff from the, restaurants or to-goes or whatever. They don't feel like cooking, so they just order something up. What are they going to do when an EMP happens? Are they going to know how to start a fire? Are they going to know how to take and catch a wild animal, skin it, and cut it up and cook it? I don't think so. You heard cattails are nutritious. There you go. Go catch you some cattails. Yes, I know what kind of cattails you're talking about. I know. Not that kind of cats. I feel bad when I see someone that is very tiny. I always tell them they need to come Robin's house to put up some biscuits and gravy in their bones. Then I feel bad they have a different metabolism. That's okay. Let me tell you, my daughter is suffering from health issues. My daughter is not a teeny tiny person. She never has been. She's always been a small girl. Never had a weight issue. She's never had a weight issue as far as gaining weight. But recently, in the past few years, her something's going haywire, and they're still trying to work it out and figure out what's causing it. But she weighs probably 100, maybe 110, and she stands 5'7". So she's literally a rack of bones. And she called me up, squalling her eyes out the other day because her aunt hurt her feelings by saying, "Oh my God, girl, you're so tiny." She's like, don't they realize that that's the same as walking up to somebody and saying, "You're so fat"? My sister did not mean to hurt my daughter's feelings. She said it out of concern. But like my daughter said, don't they realize that we walk and look inside in front of the mirror every day and see ourselves? Don't they know what we see? We probably see it worse than they do. People have to be careful of how they talk to other people. Whether you want to be mean or not, you don't know what frame of mind that person is in, and you don't know what your words could actually do to them. It's a very dangerous, slippery slope, guys. Too fat shame, skinny shame, it doesn't matter. If they have a disability, plain and simple, you should not make fun of other people. You should not shame people in any kind of way. They are humans. You are supposed to help them. You're supposed to lift them up. You're not supposed to tear them down. I haven't eaten fried squirrel, quail, turtles, or rabbit hash since childhood. Still eat deer occasionally, but not past few years. Well, I tell you what, if an EMP hit it, yeah, I guarantee you'll be eating that stuff again, won't you? My aunts would think your daughter was perfect. I think my daughter's perfect, but I do understand where she is coming from because it's unhealthy, and they are doing their best to find out what's causing the problem. No matter how much she eats, she just can't gain weight. Kindness goes a very long way. And if you are kind to someone, then somebody sees that may cause them to be kind to someone else. Agree. People forget there's a real human behind these screens. Yes, they do. Robin, I couldn't imagine you would, sweetheart. I talked to you, and I know you have got one of the kindest hearts I know. You are a very sweet person. I could never imagine you trying to deliberately hurt anybody. Mom used to tell us it is forbidden to judge others on what they cannot change. Looks like I would be in trouble. I wouldn't know where to begin to hunt. Lacey, yeah, I've heard that one before. I wouldn't know where to find Lay's potato chips. None of my daughter was like that, and it was her thyroid. She had the C, but it was taken out. She's okay. I'm hoping they'll find out soon what's wrong with her. Tig, I haven't eaten none of those, and I am from the hills of Tennessee. You've never eaten rabbit? Listen, I don't know about all that other deer. I have eaten deer, and I've eaten rabbit. The rest of it, you can take it and keep it. Quail probably wouldn't be too bad. It's probably like chicken. But if you eat the rabbit, get the tenderloin part of the rabbit and fry it up. You fry it up just like you do pork chops or chicken or whatever. But the tenderloin part of the rabbit tastes like pork chops. It really does. It's good. It's tender, breads up nice, fries up nice. It's good. Jazzy Jewel, I am an expert on hunting better made potato chips. Y'all gonna starve if an EMP hits. I'm from East Tennessee and I don't like fish, rabbit. I will eat deer. I guarantee you guys are going to start liking that crappy if you can't cook or find. What are you going to do when the EMP hits and all these stores, all the refrigeration goes down and all that meat spoils or gets eaten up, stolen and eat up? Then what are you going to do? You can't starve. You're going to have to do something. Fresh fish right out of the lake or creek is best. Like, yeah, bluegill, sun perch, largemouth bass, catfish. Make sure it's blue cat, not mud cat, though, because mud cat is nasty. It tastes just like the name says. Some people I have met have unalived theirself. Was in poker on WSOP a few years ago. One guy and two women. Wow. No rabbit, no squirrel, loathe deer. Not doing it. What are you going to eat? Dandelions? Fish and garden. We're going to be eating grass. It's not grass. Just go pick you some dandelions. Look, you can make yourself dandelion tea out of it, which in some cases tastes just like coffee. So you can make your coffee out of dandelions. You make dandelion salad. You can do all kinds of things with dandelion. You always do what you have to when needed. We are just blessed. Yes, we are just blessed. I will eat the hell out of some vegetables, fish, chickens, and yes, cows, just not Daisy's cows. I'm going to starve, or I'm going to be starving. Don't know how to hunt or fish. I'll bet. Well, we'll see what we can't do. If an EMP happens, we'll try to ensure that somebody around you knows how to hunt and fish, and they'll get you some food. Dandelion soup, yep. I got dried, you name it, cheese staples, and plenty of cattails. Well, good. You can send me some cattails. You really eat cattails. Come on. Discovering was telling me about them. Plant y'all some fruit trees ASAP. Should a few years ago. Yep. You don't drink coffee? Okay, well, then consider it tea. It is called dandelion tea. Justin, you need to be writing all these recipes and stuff down, son. All this, what does EMP stand for? An electronic or electrical magnetic pulse. When they do an attack, future attack, they will send an electronic, whatever I just said, and I can't think of what it was. They'll send that pulse down, and it will stop your cars. It will stop any electrical, anything. Everything that runs on electric, battery, anything like that will stop, including the silos that hold the nuclear stuff. And it shuts it down. Anything electrical, it will shut it down. I thought you knew that, Justin. That's not a made-up thing either, guys. That's a real thing, by the way. And me talking about all this is not made up or hypothetical or a ghost story or anything else. Y'all need to start doing it. Everybody thinks the preppers are just crazy. They're not crazy. They know what they're doing. They're literally prepping for the EMP when it happens. They're not just preparing for like a zombie apocalypse or a boom boom. They are preparing for the EMP to happen. Electromagnetic pulse, yeah. And that's what we actually have to worry about. That will probably happen before anything else. You do have well water, but do you know how to get your well water out if you don't have electricity? Yes, with fluoride. They have been poisoning our water with fluoride, the stuff that they used to give you kids or give you and told you it was so good for you. Yeah. Pine needles are good for you, full of vitamin C. Yes, they could do an EMP now. Yes, they could. Okay, I know how to shoot targets. Need a new pew pew. We're all going to croak. We're all going to croak. No, you're not going to croak. Just know how to cook. Learn your basics of how to cook. So you're saying my credit card will be demagnetized? No. I'm saying your credit card ain't going to do you a damn bit of good except for maybe breaking in the store so you can steal you some food. Kind of thing. That's the only way that credit card is going to do you a damn bit of good if that hits. Maybe that's what I need to do a channel on. Teaching everybody how to get ready. Just learning the basics. No, some preppers are preparing for Jesus to come back. Let me ask you something. Mohawk Mom, not being snide or anything, but the preppers, now what? Let's get this straight first. Are we talking about the same kind of preppers? Because the preppers I'm talking about are the ones that's stockpiling the oats and the macaronis and the beans and the instant noodles and the ramen noodles. That's what I was trying to think of. And all that stuff in their sheds or in their basements or wherever, the root cellars. That's the kind of preppers I'm talking about. The ones that are gathering up all their pew-pews that they can and they're putting them in stockpiles. That's the preppers I'm talking about. Now, if that's the same preppers you're talking about, I don't see how you can think that they're waiting for Jesus to come back, because when Jesus comes back, they're not going to have to worry about all that stuff. It's not runoff pump. Your well is it a gravity fed well? Or gravity fed water? We have plastic in our water. I've never heard that one. Everyone needs a generator. Well, that's really not going to do you a whole lot of good either, hon, because you got to remember, where's the gas at? Underground. It takes electric to pump the gas into the tanks outside of the ground. You're not going to have any electric to use those pumps with. They said they don't report at 35% on water, but it's way over that now. Nana, you'd make a great survival coach. Well, I don't know about that, but I know my mama didn't raise no idiot. Yes, it's coming soon. Things are going to be tough. Yes, they are. And they're going to get tough soon, guys. If you are blessed enough to have a grandma or grandpa around, stick to them like glue and ask them questions. Yes. Ask away. Beware of the electric fences will not work either, and the cows will escape. Uh-oh, Daisy's going to be coming for you, Justin. Get them Foxfire books from the library and read how folks lived back in the old days, like living in Kate's Cove. Yes, that's exactly how you should live. Rice, protein shakes. Well, I don't know about shakes, but you're a prepper, believe? No, talking like the super preppers like Lori Vallow. Oh, I'm not talking like that. Oh, I get what you're talking about. Okay. No. We're not talking about them kind of preppers. We're talking about the people that are stockpiling food and gun and the pew-pews and all that stuff. That's why I can't black-eyed peas. 25 years shelf life foods is nice if can afford them. Yes. But if you can't afford them, guys, there's all kinds of YouTube channels that tell you you can go and you stockpile the stuff, get large quantities of it, and they teach you how to seal it up so it will last for years. And then what you take and do is rotate the stuff. Just rotate it out. When you buy another, you run into something that's on sale that you already have, go ahead and buy it, box it, bag it, jar it, whatever you're going to do to it. And then you start using the stuff you already had in stock. You use it now to eat off of. Solar power, yes. As long as it doesn't need anything like the little solar power lights and the little solar power things that you can charge your phone with. But I don't know if phones will even work with the EMP. I don't think that will. Daisy said she doesn't believe in the moon landing or believe the earth is round. I see now why she thinks Dawn and Candace did nothing. I know how to can vegetables, fish, and hunt. Best I can do. There you go. Wow, now I'm getting worried. Why are you getting worried? Oh, that's crazy. Nope, don't be caught off guard. That's right, don't. Start collecting seeds. Oh, I have wanted to be. I've never had a place big enough to actually do it. But I've always wanted to be a prepper. I've always wanted to be ready. Start collecting seeds for emergency purposes. Soon inflation is going up again. Banks closing, the dollar deflating, leading to digital currency fast now. Seems the card was a test run. Yes. Dawn's mom, Karen, was a prepper, has seeds buried everywhere. And I wonder if that law enforcement ever dug up all that stuff she had buried. All electrical and gas powered motors will be demagnetized and will not run at all. Why protein powder saved me since I was sick and couldn't cook. Oh, okay. Well, I was only thinking because of the water. There'll be a water. You'll have to, if you're serious about prepping, you need to get the water contamination filter system, or at least learn how to make one, so that when there's no water out here to be pumped out of anything because there's no electric, you can go to the mountains and listen, guys, only get water that's from a running stream. Never get water that's standing still, no matter how clear it looks, because when it runs over the sticks and the rocks and the gravel and whatever's in the creek, and that helps filter the stuff out of it. But you get that water and then you filter it through another filter system so that it takes out any germs, bugs, contaminants that's in the water. White buckets, put in beans, rice, pasta. Canning. Needs a channel for canning. Robin, if you're so good at canning, I need your help with the canning meat. I want to can fried meat. I know it can be done. I know you have to make sure it's deboned first, but I know you can meat, like fried pork chops, fried chicken, that kind of stuff. Start paying attention to grocery shelves. See if your favorite foods are stocked. They're not going to be, guys. That's already happening. I won't starve. I have 10 feral cats. Oh, Lord. Okay, but now, listen, guys. We're talking about canning all this stuff and stockpiling it and all that. But what happens if okay, the White House really does have a protocol in place in case of a zombie apocalypse. They really do. I promise. I've got a copy of it. One day we'll go over it. But say something happens to where you can't stay in wherever you've stockpiled all your food. What are you going to do then? Makes you wonder how cavemen, they caught the dinosaurs and chopped them up and ate them raw. Most of the people that are of the LDS church are food preppers. It is taught to them. My husband's family was LDS. That I did not know, but good to know. I was canning at a young age with my mom. My mom knew how to can. My mom was not the canning type. She did some. She also taught us, what time of the month you can and what time you can't. If you ladies know what I'm talking about. My mom canned sausage, tenderloin, beef cubes, cooked hamburgers for years. Okay, good. Then I want you to help me on that, Robin. Oh, wow. Talking about prepping stuff, this last hour almost flew by. But I think that is an interesting subject, and I think that might be what I'll put on my other channel. I think I will start up another channel and talk about that stuff. And get tips and recipes and how to can stuff and get information about the EMPs and all that and put on it. You can freeze eggs. Yes, you can. You have to crack them out of their shell. Most of the time, my mom always took and just went ahead and mixed them all up and then poured them in ice cube trays to divide them up. Robin. Oh, Lord. You can put eggs in mineral oil in a jar. Really? Like cooked eggs or raw eggs or in the shell eggs? No, the Jack, you don't say few. Oh, you're saying few to kindly. Okay. You can freeze them whole in a shell. I will call my mama and get her recipes. Okay. It was hubby. It wasn't hubby that just typed that to me. It was you. Fresh eggs, water glassing eggs. I have heard about that, but sometimes that doesn't always work, does it? My dad was into dried salt meat like herring and pork. Well, if you have a dehydrator, guys, that's a good way to store. You dehydrate the meat and whatever, store it in airtight bags, and you've got stuff that you can that's not heavy, that you can pack in backpacks. And like I said, if for some reason you can't stay where you're at, where you have prepped all your stuff, then you have something light that you can carry with you that will sustain you. And what is it called? The old military bread. I might, Robin, I might type it into chat. What is it called, guys? Oh, the hard or tack bread, isn't it? Something tack. Surely somebody in here can remember what that hard is. It called hardtack? Okay. So you get you some hardtack, you fix you some hardtack up, you put it in airtight bags. Don't put it all in one airtight bag. You wrap several pieces in several different airtight bags so that when you open one, you still have the rest protected. And that will last for years and years and years. I buy canned butter from Sweden. Shelf life is 5 years. Shit on the shingle. Well, there's several versions of shit on the shingle. Dehydrate meat, veggies, fruits, exactly. Permacan for high protein traveling food. But yeah, I think I will start a second channel. I think I will discuss this kind of stuff on it because I find it very entertaining, very informative, very helpful, and it's something I have always wanted to do. You can ferment a potato in water for a few days to make a type of yeast culture to make bread softer. She said she gets it from Sweden. Protein bars and drinks, yeah. Well, you don't buy the drinks. Don't buy the whole drinks. You buy the little individual packets so that they're lighter. You can fit more into a backpack or whatever, and they're easier to carry with you. My dad was military and served over in Congo in the 60s. Oh, wow. Well, would anybody follow me over to the other channel? I mean, not right this minute, but I'm saying if I start another channel, who would join me over there? Would anybody be interested in this kind of information? I mean, the same thoughts and theories and everything that are here like this, that would be your channel too, and you would have just as much say so, and you could talk about whatever you wanted to over there just as well as you could here. Dana said yes. Jackie said yes. Beagle Mom said yes. Yes. Where are we going? I just got here. We're not going anywhere right this second, Suzette. I'm saying if I started the second channel, we were talking about survival, prepping and stuff for like if an EMP hit or something like that. Yes, we need to be prepared. Yes, absolutely. I would, but hard to catch lives here lately. Well, I could always do videos, guys. They wouldn't always have to be live. Or you could catch the replay. You also have to know your region and what prospers and thrives too. Yes. Yes, definitely. I'll be there. Yes. I should have paid more attention to my great aunts. They lived through the Great Depression. WW2, they used to stockpile. Yes, exactly. Earthquakes, storms. Yeah, you're a prepper for many different reasons. You can also be displaced from your home for many different reasons. Hence why you would need, also besides your stockpile, you would also need stuff that would be carried, you could carry easily. What do smokers do? Where and what type of tobacco to grow? Right? Actually, smokers probably would become healthier because they would have to stop smoking. Hubby said he would join that channel too. Well, good. I know, I would worry about my cigarettes too, but come on, guys, you've got to admit, if you stop smoking tomorrow, if you ran out of cigarettes and they did away with every cigarette and tobacco product there was, guess what? It won't kill you. It might make you want to harm other people, but it would not do any damage to yourself. Unlike if you don't have food and you can't get food, that might do some damage to your body. Second channel would be great. Thank you. I have thought about growing my own tobacco, that is for sure. Listen, stock extra meds that you definitely need. Yes, you also would need to get, plenty of antibiotics, aspirins, Tylenol, ibuprofens, like peroxides, alcohol, bandages, all types of things that you do not think of that you would need. My ancestors grew tobacco growers in Tennessee. Were tobacco growers in Tennessee. Children need inhalers. Yes. You grow weed and smoke it. Study plants for meds. Yes. Mine too in Georgia. And see, that's another thing. If you run across, like, I know a lot of people don't pay much attention to books, actual books that you can open up, turn the pages in anymore. But if you run across any with like the old home remedies, plants that can be used for medicinal purposes, canning books, dehydrating cookbooks, that kind of thing, snag them up. They're cheap, guys. Nobody wants them anymore, but they are very important. If the power goes out and you can't get this information any other way, you will have it on hand. You'll be able to still read it. Emergency candles. is another thing that you need to stockpile on. Matches, which are almost completely obliterated now, they no longer hardly exist. Stockpile matches. Add sugar and yeast to apple juice and let it sit for a few weeks and it turns to wine. Yes. Don't forget to put it in a jar or a bottle that has a small opening around the hole, and you put a balloon over the top of it, and when the balloon pops, you know it's ready. Yes, the dollar store is great for that kind of thing. Antibiotic creams, yes. Better start making candles. I only let mine ferment long enough to make drinking vinegars. Hello, Jennifer. Yes, learn how to use a flintstone. Also, yes. Hello, Matt. Why did we type Matt? Bigger Mom, thank you. Would be lost without wine. Dollar store has matches. Okay. I know y'all think there's a lot of people in here. Y'all might be going along with the conversation, but you're sitting back in the back of your head and you're thinking, this woman is crazy. She's a prepper. She's got to be crazy. I'm not really a prepper because I haven't prepped anything, but I just have knowledge. But I'm telling y'all, go check it out. Check out, just look up what an EMP is. And you'll find out that I know what I'm talking about. Listen, our Listerine is a great antiseptic and things like that they use in the military. I'm watching The Depp Herd on Netflix. Swear I just seen MGL. You did. You probably did. She went down there. She got to go in. I think she said she got to go in there one time, Kirst, and sit and watch. Hey, and for all you cleaning freaks, vodka is really good for cleaning your furniture and stuff, cleaning your counters and all that. It evaporates. It also takes out smells if you need a room deodorizer to not deodorize. Deodorizer would be it. You put it in a spray bottle with some water and you spray it in the air and it will take out the smells in the air. And then it evaporates like alcohol does. You can take the SCOBY off vinegar and make kombucha with it. Oh, really? Fortunately, I was never a victim of SA. Well, thank you, Reese's Cup. I'm glad to hear that. I truly am. Everyone, I mean, seriously, you don't find many people that will sit there and say, I am not. Most people, oh, I am. I'm a victim. Feel bad for me. Feel sorry for me. Everyone has some great ideas and skills we all need to learn. Thank you all. Yes. And what skill Believe has, she can teach. Chloe Jade. And if Chloe Jade knows how to do something, she can teach Tig. And Tig can turn around and teach Believe something that she didn't know. And Alpaca Maid can teach us all the skills that she knows. And then Robin can teach us how to can the meat. And it goes back and forth. And we keep doing stuff for each other. We help each other. A home I clean, all they want used is vinegar. I hate it. Oh, I bet you do. I remember when my dad came home from the military stint And the amount of green cans was funny. Even the bread was in a can that was like a sardine can. Yes, we can be a team. Yes, learning as we go. I used to know some people. My brother at the time was running a, I don't know which one to call it. He helped homeless people out. I can't remember what he called it, but he helped homeless people out. And there was a family from the Rainbow Tribe that had came in a bus to stay on his property. And they did not believe in water touching their body at all, ever. And they bathed in vinegar. That's what that just made me think of. Vinegar, baking soda, and Dawn cleans everything. It's a brilliant idea. Get that channel started. I will. I seriously will. We'll probably take it right on over to Nana's place since it's already an established, I say an established channel. It's already up and running. It has like, I think there might be 40 something members over there or something. And then we just never wind up doing anything with it. And then we can all survive. Yes. Borax is good for lots of things and cheap right now. Borax, yes, is very cheap. And it's good for making the kids' most fun activity, which is what is it they make? The slime. You use borax to make slime with. Learn how to use a dehydrator and a vacuum pack machine, yes. See if we can't. I tell you something else I would like to get started is trying to get people looking for deals on those items so that, if say there's, okay, I'm just using that as an example, okay, guys. If Jackie doesn't know how to use the computer or Amazon or whatever that well, because I don't, then this person can take and be scouring the internet trying to find where you can buy the cheapest vacuum seal thingy. Robin can be looking for the cheapest dehydrators, and we can take and post that information on the lives or in the videos so that people know where they can go to purchase the cheapest, reliable, but the cheapest ones, so that we're not spending bukus of money on a piece of machinery, $400 for the same thing that this $20 machine over here would do. You will always do what you have to when it's needed. Yes, that's true. You'll have to come up with a name for the channel. Well, right now it's called Nana's Place. So anybody getting ideas, I can change it. And nothing flat. Believe I'm glad yours is still cheap. Up here, a 20-ounce box that was $5 last time I bought it, formerly $2.99. I backpack seeds too. Yeah, post the list on community chat or the page. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Nan's place. Oh, Nana's place. We will survive. Kotex is good for wounds. Yes. I like that, Robin. What do you guys think? Anybody got any better ideas? Any cuter ideas? I mean, I like Nana's place or Nan's place, whichever. We will survive. Yes, and don't forget to help your elderly neighbors when time comes. Love Robin, but the title is too long. So, Alpaca Babe, what do you think? We use betadine and Kotex for horses where I'm bored. Nana's Den. Hang on, let me write these down. Encourage our families to try to stock for at least 6 months of down power. Yeah. Well, back to the cats. I'd roll them up and smoke them. Survival with Nana. Survival channel. One of the algorithm secrets is a short title that is easy to remember. Kimberly, I'm on the way over to save your cats. Nana's Prep. Nana's Stockpile. Nana's Recipes. Nana's Prep and Frugal Finds. She's starting to stick up for Dawn and Candace. It was both parents passed poly tests. OMG, I just started liking her. I tried to tell y'all. They all do it. She played Brian Enton saying it over and over. I'm telling y'all, there needs to be a t-shirt with Don Wells out there saying, I am not the guilty one. I am not the guilty one. Every time he gets around some of these people, it's just like the damn Jedis in Star Wars when old Ben Kenobi tells the, what do they call the police people? You know who I'm talking about. And he goes, these are not the droids you're looking for. Well, that's old Don Wells. I am not the guilty one. And they fucking believe it. They buy into his bullshit, his brainwash. With music saying, tired of the bullshit. Canning with Nana. Who is sticking up for them? I can't say. Red barrels burning. Red barrels burning. On an open fire. Pay no attention to the and behind the curtain. The more I listen to Laura and Fred's sister, now how they are connected to the others, I am more convinced C and G planned this. I heard too now they've passed polygraphs. Well, somebody in chat can say where they heard it. I just can't. The hot fire barrel, yeah. Did they or not? No. Remember, Candace was supposed to have been going for a third polygraph and Don wouldn't allow it. He said only if the TBI give it to him. Well, let me tell y'all something. According to the TBI himself, the guy that gives the polys in this area anyways, TBIs are the only people qualified or certified to give polygraph tests. There's no local law. I mean, maybe FBI can give them, but no local law enforcement can give a polygraph test. And also, I heard on another video the other day, guys, that supposedly it takes, and this was after I'd made my statement the other day, but supposedly it takes hours and hours to take a polygraph test. I'm telling y'all, that's bullshit. I would like to ask that person that said that, and if the person's listening, they'll know who it is. Have they ever took a polygraph test? Have they ever took a polygraph test in a murder investigation? Have they ever took a polygraph test on a murder investigation in the United States? Then how the shit do you know how long it takes? I have. I've been there. It don't take hours and hours and hours. It does not. That pissed me off. Sorry. Another rant that should have went on Nana's After Dark. But they just come and go. Oh, was it the barn barrel cursed? Is that what you were saying? Jody Sue said they were called back for another one last night in PG's channel. Oh, wow, really? Correct. Nana's Angels and the TBI out of the Johnson City office gave the suspects the test. So how can Dawn say that Candace could only take another one if TBI gave it to her? They're the ones that gave them to them the first damn time. Believe when did they get called back? Don't remember. Oh, I heard her over on the Cow Lady Sisters channel. She was pushing JSB and relative is guilty theory again. Oh, jeez. I'm clicking with the wrong finger, guys. The real Rockin' Robin would mount a nationwide protest if you did. Besides, I have a policy never to get on the wrong side of husbands. JSB said that. So JSB dropped Josh a super chat, and now she's been on PG. Can anyone get the results like Fred did? For a lot, I don't know. They never mailed us our friggin' results. Mine and my husband's, they never mailed ours to us. They never, I mean, we were never arrested. We were excluded from the whole kit and caboodle because they knew we didn't have anything in it. We were both at work. But we weren't even, they didn't even turn and say, hey, you passed. Now, my second one, it was discussed with me, but I never got any results. The whole thing just pisses me off. Not it could take hours if the person doesn't sit still. No, because if the person doesn't sit still and you don't do what they're asking you to do, they will just excuse you from the whole damn thing. If you will not cooperate, then you're not cooperating. They're not going to waste their time and the taxpayers' dollars just to have you sit there and continue to act the way you're acting. Nana's Nook. That's a good one. The ultimate guide if you don't want to get unalived. Oh, wow. I didn't write that part down. I need to. That's cute. Thank you, Roger. Yes, last night in PG's channel at the very end, she came in and I asked her. I wished because I started watching PG's last night and then I fell asleep. The very end, okay. She was all over the place with opinion, not facts, on Jinkies. Dr. Phil said they passed, and Ronnie, Polly's are only good for investigations, so unreliable. Who was on Jinkies? Then Jinky said that in her live, I thinking, I checked to make sure on Jinkies. K-Crime. Nani, you are absolutely right. To get a Polly in the mail, this would be the only case I have heard of. Exactly. I mean, that's important shit. Excuse my language. They don't, for the very thing that supposedly happened, guys, where his sister got those and opened them and then started handing them out to everybody. Think about that. Does that sound real to y'all? And something else I would like to bring up that somebody else brought up the other day was how many times in a legal document, and you can't get much more legal than TBI and FBI and all that, do you see someone referred to as their nickname. Not their legal name, but their nickname. Come on, you guys, we've been around this world for a little while. It's not Robin, it's not Hawkins County. They are not the ones that did it. They're not the ones that gave the test. They're not the ones that are responsible for mailing it out or for giving out the decision or whatever. That would be TBI. It said Pruitt requested the whole thing seemed like an overview on the test. I thought he requested it be turned over to the drug task force. Can we get Ken's Cash App out there so she can get prepping? No, hell no, we can't. That's a big, not just a no, but a hell no. If y'all ain't figured it out yet, Nana don't put Cash Apps up. If I was going to put Cash Apps up for any damn body, it'd be me. That's a good one. Gemma, that's a good one. Gemma said Nana's this and that. Well, she said this and that, but I said Nana's this and that. Well, thank you, sweetheart. So the Wells want to give, or so Ellie wants to give the Wells another polygraph. Jody Sue said something about Dawn and Candace mad because they had been called back in, something about variable. No, has the new channel up yet? No, the new channel is technically up. I haven't renamed it yet, and it's not gotten the current name. You can't find Nana's place. Hang on a minute. Give me 1 second, guys. And I'll get it for you. Dang it. That's not what I wanted. No. Channel. Okay, switch accounts. View all channels. What the crap? Okay, well, guys, I guess when maybe I used it when me and Christella was going to try to create a channel, but all I got to do is create another one. So as soon as we settle on a name, that's what we'll do. Why was it mailed to his home address? Oh, getting back to what I was saying. JESB is live and talking about me. What's she talking about me for? What? She's saying bad stuff about me? Not gonna hurt my feelings, but
the monster getting hands back on her. and that you all can quit harming her with your body shaming, the list bullshit, the target of her while you all pretend you're not fucking part of it or doing it. Again, fuck you, Tiffany. You hear?
Well, listen, I skipped forward and skipped back. I didn't hear nothing about me. She's talking about Tiffany, so. She has a recording with your voice and Tiffany Marie. She don't got no recording of me and Tiffany Marie. Ain't no possible way she could have a recording of me and Tiffany Marie. Not as essentials. Well, JSB, come tell what you said about polygraph. Okay, I thought because I said I went over. Nana didn't say boo about JSB. Nobody has here. It may have been. Okay, that's Smiley. Okay. Why are the Adrian, Jenny, and another lady so close to AB and against JSB? Did they know him before or friends to the Bernards? I don't know, honey. Well, Nana and Smiley are completely different. Nana's Angels, no apostrophe in the channel name and no numbers at the end, even though YouTube sometimes puts them there. You can remove them. The chick also said Cotton and Chad were living in the shed at Fred's, and even Laura said there's no sheds on the property. Crips. The trailer was more or less under a jerry-rigged carport. And Laura and Fred's sister came in. TM stuck up for Laura. Mohawk Chad's family owned the trailer until 2022 on Simpson Road. Why would they stay in a shed? I don't know, guys. All right, guys, we've been on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. So let me take, unless there's anybody else wanting to get a name stuck in here, a suggestion for a name for the new channel. Anyways, so Nana's bunker, that's a good one. Now, Alpaca, you're telling me no apostrophes. That's going to drive me nuts. Who said Summer was locked up? Yes, you should. Go ahead and start researching for ideas, guys. Absolutely. I promise you I will have that channel up and going tomorrow. I'm not sure when we'll do the first video or live on it, but I guarantee you we'll have it up and going tomorrow. Before game night, guys, y'all got to come in at game night tomorrow night, and I will make sure and post the link for that channel, and I want everybody to go and sew up. You'll join me. You have some not good. I'm glad, sweetheart. Are you mean right now? Or are you talking about on the other channel? Yes, thank everybody for help and suggestions and your knowledge. We can learn from each other, guys. Just telling you how to fit easily into the. I know, sweetheart, that wasn't what I was meaning. I was meaning that to not put an apostrophe in there would drive me nuts. I'll listen to you, but I'm just saying it'll drive me nuts. I have OCD about stuff like that. Trust me, I read over things 4 and 5 times, and sometimes I still slip, but I do my best to have correct grammar, or I try anyways. Yes, I know you have a rock and roll show tomorrow. Keep an eye out on your Facebook marketplace for some things. Oh, okay. Thank you, Kim. I greatly appreciate that. That is another great idea, guys. Yes. What we can do is take and just everybody just, look and see what y'all can find. And when you find something, post it. We'll fix it up on the community tab or something. And we'll fix it so people can go and check and see if there's something available and where they may have it or whatever. Well, honey, I'm not the best at it. It just drives me crazy because I don't know, it's like OCD, somebody, that has to knock 3 times, sort of like that. Please do your own research, people. Not everything you hear is truth. You can have your apostrophe all day, every day. Cool with me. Just not in the name. All right, Alpaca Maid. That would be great. Thank you, guys. You need to start canning your apostrophes. All right, guys. I love yous. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, game night will be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Not sure what we're going to do yet because the mock play or mock investigation will be not this tomorrow, but the following Saturday, hopefully. And so we'll figure out something to do tomorrow night, though. Okay. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful night. Get some rest. Dream of daisies and fireflies and the spring breeze blowing. Dream of happy things, guys. It's the elderly people that will have valuable information for all of us. Yes. Funny how in the beginning only grandma passed. Now she has failed 2 times. Oh, wow. Much love to everyone. Y'all have a wonderful night. Hug everybody you love. Tell them you love them, and make sure they know that you're so grateful to have them in your life. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.